25 Best PS2 Turn-Based Strategy Games. Number 25. Worms Forge Under Siege. You get the feeling from playing this game that the developer has simply grown tired of developing Worms games. That it tries to shake things up with the new base building mechanic is admirable, but the new mechanics aren't what the Worms series needs. The most glaring omission in Worms Forge Under Siege is some genuine enthusiasm. Number 24. Chaos Wars. For what it is, Chaos Wars is a nice little take on a strategy RPG. You'll almost be certainly want to be steeped in the lore of the characters, but as a crossover effort, it manages to handily deliver all the trappings that fans of SRPGs are looking for, if only on the most basic level. Number 23. P.T.O. for Pacific Theater of Operations. The weak tactical game, the lack of an adjustable difficulty setting, and the sometimes cumbersome interface are likely to turn off anyone who isn't a fan of the genre. But the versatility of the campaign mode and the attention to historical detail should easily appeal to many strategy fans, particularly World War II buffs. Number 22. Duel Masters. Stylistically, the game feels familiar and worn out, like an image that's been photocopied too many times. The actual card battling mechanics have a slightly unique feel, and the gameplay is relatively easy and straightforward, making it attractive to younger players who are looking to engage in some card battling. Number 21. Romance of the Three Kingdoms 10. This game probably won't convert you if you aren't already interested in the strategy or history of it, but if you can get past the bare bones presentation, you'll easily get wrapped up in the deep strategy and intriguing storyline this game has to offer. Number 20. Suikoden Tactics. Suikoden Tactics doesn't do much in the way of story, but the simple yet unique mechanics make it a satisfying strategy role-playing game. If you like strategy role-playing games but don't give a rip about Suikoden, you should still check this game out. If you happen to be a Suikoden fan, that's all the better. Number 19. Worms for Mayhem. It's not necessarily a bad thing to stick to a proven formula, but there at least has to be some reason to keep playing each new installment of the franchise. However, if you've never played a 3D Worms game, this is as good a place as any to start. Number 18. Romance of the Three Kingdoms 7. There are a few things required to fully enjoy this game. You'll need the patience and interest to pour hours upon hours into the game, tirelessly tracking all your statistics, and also have an interest in Chinese history and culture. Romance of the Three Kingdoms 7 is a good game, but it's not for everyone. Number 17. Eternal Poison. It's not a great game, but Eternal Poison is a game that doesn't have any major flaws. If you can't get enough of strategy RPGs, you have to get this one, because it provides a unique challenge that you cannot find elsewhere.
Disintegrate!
Number 16. Romance of the Three Kingdoms 8. Fans of this kind of intensely complicated strategy game who for some reason haven't given it a look should definitely do so, since it does bring enough new features to the table to warrant a whole new game. But by the end of the day, this title is built for a select group of gamers. Number 15. Worms 3D. The only issue to really be had with Worms 3D is that it maybe seems a little too much like the 2D predecessors. If you're new to the Worms series, then this is a non-issue for you. In the end, Worms 3D stands up as a cute, quirky little strategy game that has some excellent multiplayer capacity. Number 14. Soul Nomad and the World Eaters. Fans of the strategy RPG genre would do well in getting Soul Nomad, which like the Disgaea games that offer nearly limitless replayability. And if you're new to this type of game, Soul Nomad, despite its inconsistent level of instruction, is a great way to pick up a new addiction. Number 13. Stella Deus, The Gate of Eternity. Stella Deus doesn't set out to redefine its genre, but instead simply provides a good game of its type. Its battle system is slightly different but still easy to pick up and learn, and the skill and fusion systems allow for some character customization on already solid templates. Console strategy fans should have a good time with this one. Number 12. Arc the Lad, Twilight of the Spirits. Arc the Lad's Twilight of the Spirits is a strictly by the numbers RPG, and that's not at all a bad thing. Its combat and character customization systems are both accessible to inexperienced players and intricate enough for RPG diehards. And if you can see and hear past the minor flaws, it's just downright fun to play. Number 11. Gladius. If you're up for a deep, long-lasting strategic gaming experience, then Gladius is perfect for you. At the heart of this game is an interesting and well-thought-out combat system, and there are so many viable combinations of characters and skills to experiment with that this game could easily keep you busy for much longer than most games do these days. Number 10. Front Mission 4. Ultimately, those most likely to enjoy Front Mission 4 are already Front Mission fans. The best points of the game are mitigated by the oftentimes slow pacing and unnecessary obfuscation of the upgrade system. However, those with a penchant for mechs and a wealth of options for their upkeep will find Front Mission 4 a worthy outlet for their interests.
You are not authorized to engage your opponent, P.T.O.
Number 9. Dynasty Tactics 2. Its predecessor introduced a unique style of tactical turn-based combat to the PS2, and Dynasty Tactics 2 runs with the formula by offering new moves and options, making the gameplay even more complex and interesting. This isn't a game brimming with pick-up and play appeal, but if you're looking for a deep and rewarding game, look no further. Number 8. Romance of the Three Kingdoms 9. As always, the big caveat with Romance of the Three Kingdoms is that it's meant for a very specific audience that likes slow, thought-intensive games that don't present any substantial action. If that's what you're into, Romance 9 is a worthy new entry in the genre. Ultimately, it's more of what you already love. Number 7. Dynasty Tactics. A bit more work on the broad-scale strategy portions and the interface could have made Dynasty Tactics virtually above reproach. As it is, though, the rich setting, wealth of options, and gratifying gameplay still make Dynasty Tactics a great purchase for strategy enthusiasts. Number 6. Makai Kingdom Chronicles of the Sacred Tome. This game doesn't deviate much from its predecessors, but it does feel slightly more refined than the games it borrows from. In the end, if you like strategy role-playing games and don't mind a bit of silliness, Makai Kingdom is worth checking out. Number 5. Sakura Wars So Long My Love. Sakura Wars is a game apart. It is a niche game within a niche genre, and is quite proud of it. The open-minded and unafraid will find a cheerful experience that is happily free of more contemporary obsessions with maturity and greed, content to be silly, fluffy, quirky, and madly anime. Number 4. Pucelle Tactics. Pucelle Tactics isn't terribly deep from a strategic standpoint, but there's a lot to it, exploring the game's chapters and aiming to get each chapter's best possible ending. It's not the best way for newcomers to get acquainted with this style of gaming, but fans of anime and other strategy RPGs are naturally going to like Pucelle. Number 3. Phantom Brave. There's a lot of creativity in Phantom Brave, and the audience for whom it's intended will enjoy it for the most part. In the end, it can hook you pretty easily and for many hours, especially if you haven't already had your fill of Disgaea and Pucelle.
Is it over?
No, there's still...
Number 2. Disgaea 2 Cursed Memories. In terms of gameplay, the new stuff in Disgaea 2 consists of relatively subtle changes and additions that you might not notice unless you compare the game side by side with the original. So, if you've enjoyed strategy RPGs in the past, get ready for dozens of hours of quality entertainment from this one, both on and off the battlefield. Number 1. Disgaea Hour of Darkness. It's a game that's unorthodox above all else, and filled with plenty of cheeky humor, likable characters, intriguing gameplay elements, and many hours of turn-based combat. This is a game that could last you hundreds of hours if you let it, and if that sounds exciting, then by all means give the game a shot.
It's hard to balance. The control layout is a bit different from the standard ones.
Very well.